Hey you, so on this video I'm going to be displaying some of the coin flipping or flips that I like to do. I've been asked by a few individuals in the past and as of recent whether I could do a video just showing the type of or the process I go through when I'm flipping a coin and which ones I prefer. So I'm just going to break down the type of flips that I personally do and prefer and just give an example of each different one, but in the end of the day it all amounts to the same thing. When you're flipping, well, in my opinion, you're either going to be flipping for more fiat or more ounces in my account. As I always state, whenever I'm selling metals, I'm reinvesting it back into metals. So if I can do the transaction, whereas I can sell one and get two back, for instance, without having to sell it and then going to purchase one, it's a lot hassle free for me. It can save me any type of swings that may happen within the market or any type of, drop in fluctuations of currency price and the likes of. So I've always mentioned I put a lot in to my metals when I first purchased. I purchased a big bulk at a time. So when I get new metals, because the aim of the game is always increasing my ounce count, I don't want to actually have to spend any new funds. So I work within my stack to increase my stack. So an individual recently asked what is flipping, so that's my answer to that question there. For me flipping is turning my 1 ounce into 2 ounces without having to spend no money, so using what I've already got to increase. So I'm going to give a typical breakdown of the type of flips that I do and just see whether it either same things you guys agree with and do yourself, or if you do something totally different. It'll be fantastic to hear in the comments you guys' views on flipping, and do you flip? Got a bit of a horse thrown today. So we'll break straight into this. So looking at this first flip, this one here, I have no name for it. It's just a high premium silver coin, proof collector coin that I went on to flip for low premium bullion. So we'll take a look at this coin. So of course prices are going to come into account, but if we're talking 1 ounce, it's easy to say I turned 1 ounce into 2 ounces, but the price of this coin that I paid was damn near the price of give or take 3 ounces. I'm going by today's, at the time of releasing this video, current spot price. So each individual worked with it from there. So this coin here, I've done a video on these before. I picked up a load of these. I went on to tap out. I didn't take a massive loss, or depending on how you look at it. It just, game plans changed, so I liquidated a whole bunch of them. But I did hold on to a few, as I knew I'd always be able to do what I'm about to explain here. So this is the 1 ounce silver proof high relief horse coin that I had. So I've got a large number of these that I liquidated, and I held on to about 20 or so. So we'll look at the stats there for anybody that wants to read the COA. This coin was purchased for around £35 sterling once the smoke cleared. I can't remember I got these. I did do a video of them, so I got them at a very nice price. The game plan at the time was I knew I could sell them for double that at a later date, but it just got a bit too tedious for me and other things started popping up, so I didn't want to do all the legwork, so I liquidated early. But looking at this coin here, you have a prime example. So we're looking at a 1 ounce high premium coin. So absolute stunning piece. We're looking at a nice chunky, it's got the concave look to really bring out the relief on the coin, so you can see that stunning piece. So with this coin, what I decided to do was, when we're looking at this coin here, for instance, if I was to put it on eBay, give or take, I don't know what they're currently going for, but I know what I would want in return. So if I could double my initial input, so I put in £35, selling this on eBay for £70, £75, £80 after fees and the likes of, I'd be more than happy to walk away with, give or take, £50 or £60. So what I ended up doing to flip this, now this is already in my stack as we know, so it's a 1 ounce coin, is I done a trade as of recent with a friend who has a large quantity of Britannia coins, and I flipped him this 1 ounce high premium coin for 5 of these bullion low premium coins. And that was great for him. I do know he purchased these coins when spot was around the £11-ish mark, so it was a win-win for the both of us. I sometimes feel bad when I do this type of a trade, because the hassle getting rid of this, it's going to have to be either one, as I done with my last trade video, sold to a dealer at a lower price, obviously, so they can put something on top and walk away with a small profit, or if you're going to sell it on eBay, you have to deal with the trials of eBay, so you may have the time wasters, it's sitting around and the likes of it. To really maximize and get full potential out of this, it needs to be sold to a collector, another collector that's going to be willing to pay. So for me, looking at that, I know that I want to be able to either transfer this for something more liquid. That's just my current game plan. So looking at these, you could be looking at 5 Eagles here. It's not going to be any different. They're technically the same price here in Europe. I was more than happy to liquidate for these Britannia coins, because I know I can walk into any dealer and no matter, regardless of what spot, I think right now I would get around £12 spot for this coin. This coin would sell for around £17. So you're looking at around $20, £15, so around $20. As I mentioned, it could just as well be 5 Eagle coins. I could walk into any dealer and get around £11.50 to £12 comfortably. So I know that I've now turned this 1 ounce that would be, you could class as a little more hard to liquidate in terms of an emergency, into 5 coins that I could liquidate with any UK dealer. At worst, I think some of them has some slight tone in. No dealer's going to issue about any of these. These are spot price coins. If anything, them being a 2015 works in my favor, because I know these do sell for a slight more of a premium. So you're looking at about £17 to buy 2015s from the dealer, so around $23. So that would work in my favor. But doing this trade was done a couple of weeks ago now, so this would work in my favor, whereas I'm able, it puts me in a better position. I'm sure the individual, if he ever does see this, is very happy with the coin that he received. There's no reason why he shouldn't be. It's just he now has a collector piece. He can go on to sell these coins, I don't know, give or take, if you can put this coin up for whatever you want, £100 or the likes of, whether it sells and what it sells for is a different story. For me, I now have more coins now that I can easily liquidate, and that is the aim of the game when I'm doing a flip like this. This is the prime type of flip that I really like now. I really couldn't care less the grade of the coin. Would prefer it to be a 3.9s minimum, but I can now go into any dealer and I'd get bare minimum £60 for these, £55 at worst if I was getting robbed by a dealer. So I've now turned something that could only be sold on eBay, where it's going to take in the shipping, the hassle of getting the coin prepared and the likes of. Now, mind you, with these collector coins, sometimes the rewards are damn well worth the hassle, you know, so, you know, the reward is worth the risk and the hassle. But on pieces that I have large quantities of, I don't mind doing these types of flips where it's a win-win for both parties involved. So this is a prime example of where I'm turning one, I'd say medium to high premium silver coin into a lot more ounces. So I've more than doubled my ounce count here. We're looking at price wise, I've added 2 ounces easily, but just take these into account easily. But then when we look at it from a financial standpoint, I'll be more easier. It would be a lot more easier for me to now get the price that I want. I would want £70 give or take, you know, £60 minimum. You know, it's going to be a back and forward with a dealer. I know I damn near won't get that on a secondary market. It's about how long it'll take me to get that. Whereas now with these, I'd get that no problem. The individual also getting these at a cheaper price had no problem releasing these. So we both win. But for me, this is the game plan. This is what I aim for, to have it increasing my own stack within itself and increasing the ounce count. So going on to another typical trade, it would be something for a more of a higher premium coin. Now this was purchased around the same price point, £70 I believe. But whereas with this one being a lot more in demand, and you know, a very, I would say it's a lot more easier to liquidate than this one, for instance, because right now it's the talk of the town, these Rooster Rwandan coins. I would trade this off for give or take 15 of the same coins. Once again, we could be looking at Silver Eagles, so that's the exact same thing. I want to know that if I'm in a situation where we've got a spot bouncing up and down, spot can go down to a certain level where I feel comfortable, if I can get bare minimum £10 for the coin when I'm giving it into a dealer, I can cash out. So these are the types of flips that I personally like and I aim for when I'm doing it within my stack. We're looking at gold, much more of the higher price here. It's easy to say, well, I've turned 1 ounce of gold into 2 ounces of gold, but you need to take into account the price paid, because, well, currently these coins are down there being sold for the price of 2 ounces of gold. But I got the first one because I purchased a large number of these over a short period of time. So I think the first one I purchased, the cheapest one, was around, give or take, I can't remember in pounds, let's just say £1,400. So, you know, it's about 1.5 ounces. So for something like this or these coins I did end up trading out, I went for, preferably, it's very in demand coin, I would say the most in demand coins right now. I was more than happy to do that. With the coins that I've sold on the secondary market, because I've sold some of these on the secondary market and to dealers, I was easily able to turn my 1 ounce all within the same stack into 3 ounces. On the dealer trade, I didn't exactly get 3. I would say give or take, I got 2.5, rarely, about 2 1/4 and a 1/10. So these are technically or typically the types of trades that I like doing. This is coin flipping to me. Each individual is going to be absolutely different. You also have the option on a much smaller scale that I've done, but it's not something I personally like doing, but I always advise new people or people on a budget getting into stacking to do, because it does work out just as well. For instance, if you're picking up these 5 Britannia coins, you may then want to go on and sell 3 of them, and that should bring you back a profit where you're technically getting these 2 ounces for free. Now, that's when you're really flipping like a pro. If you can buy 5, sell 4 really fast and you're left with 1, you're on a roll, because you now have 1 ounce for free. Depending on how long it takes you to flip these 4 ounces, that is another way of flipping coins. So there we have a scenario where an individual is able to build his stack for free. I know individuals that do this with Luna coins and with these types of coins. The more you do it, the quicker you do it, you can technically make an ounce a day, an ounce of silver a day. That's very easy for your average individual, depending on the price you get the coins for, of course. But there's another example of coin flipping for the individual that asks, what is coin flipping? This is something a lot of people do. You're technically doing this anyway whenever you're able to sell a coin for more. You can break it down in any type of way you want, whereas you could say, I personally got this coin for free, or anything of the likes of. So that's another angle for coin flipping. Then there's always the good old selling for fiat and then spunking on whatever you want to spunk it on, cocaine and hookers or whatever, or more metals. That's going to be the aim of the game here. For each individual, they're going to have their own price point that they're willing to accept, or whatever a percentage that they're happy with. Each individual is going to be different. You know, you'll find individuals, I know individuals that sell on eBay the average typical coins, but get frustrated because they're underbidded by other individuals. I've spoken with dealers that are just absolutely furious with other dealers that damn near give the coins away because they're working on such small margins. But each individual is different. As I just mentioned, the sooner you can get rid of these coins, that's the mindset of me, myself, the sooner you can either get one on the house or just turn over business. So every individual is going to be different. So you can ask for maximum price just like you can do it on eBay, but whether you get it's a different story. So there's many ways of flipping, but these are the main ways that I like within myself. As I've mentioned, I just want to turn, I don't want to put no new funds into my stack, as I put everything I want to put in, but I want to increase my ounce count. If I'm selling any type of metals, I want to be able to go on and buy more metals. So for me, that is coin flipping, and just a few examples of the types of coin flips that I like doing. So it'd be fantastic to hear whether any individuals that do coin flip, what do you prefer to do? Do you prefer to sell and then hold on to your cash and find something bigger and better? For me, whenever something better comes along, I straight away, I don't look at my wallet and think, can I afford it? I look at my stack and say, well, what do I have that the dealer may be interested in, for instance, that I could do a little trade with? I know I have the Queen's Beast Lions coins, which I don't have around, and I've been eyeing up the Dragon Phoenix 1 ounce gold coins. So there is a trade there that I could do where I personally liquidate a few of the Lion coins, which was picked up at a lower spot once I break it all down, and purchase it for the Queen and the Dragon Phoenix coins and the likes of, and have a bit of change left over to get some silver. So what I'd be doing there is buying a coin that I know in time would increase. So it's just building it for putting it into the stronger product and just moving on like that. So there's a method to everybody's madness. So it'd be great to hear yours in the comments, but that's just a breakdown of the type of flips that I like doing. So it'd be fantastic to hear the type of flips that you guys like doing in the comments. So hate or love it, it'd be great to know what you guys think of this video. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to also come and follow me on the links that I've left in the description, and I'll catch you guys on the rebound.